Folks, Ryan with Premier, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? So, they have a lot of stencils. I got all kinds of stencils. I mean, I got stencils for everything. I got one-way slows, I got arrows, I got exits, I got everything. I saw some videos going online, guys saying, oh, how you got your paint trailer set up. Now, this trailer is an absolute mess, so please don't please don't take this as like, you know, look at this fucking, holy cow, Jesus. I heard tornadoes came through, but whoa. But I hang my stencils on the wall using E-Track. It's the best. It's the best. I mean, if you stagger them right, and that's the other thing. I buy multiples of everything. Reserves, I got 3. Compacts, I got a couple. Handicaps, I got 4 or 5. You know, stops, I got 2. Why? Because you're very, very rare going to only be doing one stencil. And time is money. If you got to go put down 200 reserves in an apartment complex and you only have 1 reserve, it's going to be a long day, Willie. It's going to be a long day. So I buy multiples of everything. Look, you know, there's just doubles of everything. It just makes your day go much faster. So this is just some of my stencils. I have a Connex box where we keep our equipment that has probably 4 times as much. I have stencils for everything. I buy stencils for everything. I'm doing an apartment complex and they have 300 laid out parking spaces that need to be assigned and numbered. I'll buy 2 kits of 1 through 99, and then I'll buy 5 kits of the single numbers, which I have a ton of already. And I just I drop the 1 through 99, and then I just keep changing the first number. Again, it makes life so much easier. So much easier. But this is an absolute mess. This trailer is a mess. This power broom normally isn't in here. All this paint isn't in here. Those buckets are usually up against the wall, nice and neat. Yellow on the left, white on the right. You know, I got my oils, I got my touch-up cans, I got my strainer bags, I got my chalk. I got a couple Target boxes. These fold up when you drive. They don't fall down. So yeah, that's my paint trailer. It's an 8 by 24 foot, and it's messy. God damn! Why did I make a video now? I should have cleaned it and then made the video. But that's what everybody does. So this is me. This is real life. What do I take in my paint trailer with me? Well, this just happens to not be what I take. I always go everywhere with this big blower. The big blower always goes with me. It's great for drying stuff out. Easy cleanup. I'm by myself. I normally don't keep that power broom in here. I just keep a single metal bristle broom. You know, I have spare hoses. That's usually hanging up there. That little box up there that holds a bunch of tips. But I roll around with my paint truck, my boss truck. This is my tool truck. This is my truck. It has every tool we could ever need in there for every scenario that we get in. But this is also where I keep some of my paint stuff in here. So I got a little grinder in case I get stuff on something I shouldn't. You know, guards. This is camera equipment. Usually this rack right here is for my camera equipment, but you can see how that's going. These just have a bunch of leftover or extra parts in it, plugs, hose clamps. Underneath it, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, parts. Driveway stakes, marking stuff. You know, this is all my Milwaukee stuff I keep in here. This box has a key fob to lock it, so I don't ever have to worry about knuckleheads trying to break into my shit. And then my metal detector. I bring my metal detector everywhere with me because you never know where you're gonna find treasure. So that's my paint trailer, all messy and nasty, but I'm not gonna front and make it look all nice and neat just to make a video. So, yeah, so this is the parking lot we just finished. This place was an absolute mess. I marked it all up with the mastic machine. I'm having Joe come back with the sealer truck and spray it all because, yeah, I'm fucking neurotic like that. So yeah, this was a transition. We put some mastic down in this to try to make it smoother. I got dirt from going around the mastic, so I'm gonna have to blow all this off, and I got some stencil chips. So the parking lot always gets one final blow before we leave. I put some mastic up here. This is something they tried to do with Cold Patch. You can kind of see how ugly it is. The dark in the mastic line is the edge. So you can see how jacked up that thing was. When Joe comes back, Joe's gonna go over this with a brush so it'll match. Let's see, what else? Put more mastic on this transition line. So the original plan was just to do from this line over. This is it's like a non-profit. They worked with intellectually challenged adults. You know, they do things like, they have like a lawn care service and like an ice cream stand. You know, just to give them jobs and give them a sense of like worth and make them feel good going to work every day. So the plan was just to do this side. And, you know, and I told them, like, they're like, well, we want to add all these parking spaces down there, and we want to add these arrows. I'm like, nobody's going to see it. Like, the parking lot is so bleached out. It is so messed up. But they're like, well, we're going to repave this in, like, 25, so next year. It's part of their 25 fiscal. So, you know, I just gave them a really good price on cleaning it because there was grass growing out of all these cracks. This wall right here had shit, like, you know, 3 feet. I got pictures that I took, but this wall. Was completely jacked up. I hate doing jobs like this where I can't do the cracks. You know, this side was really fucked up. So, yeah, they wanted to add all these parking spaces with reserved, and then they wanted it to be obvious that it's a one-way parking lot, and I was just like, you need to seal the whole thing. Like, you need to get people, like, people need to be able to see. And they're not going to see this. Not going to make sense. So, I mean, that's it. We went around the corner. Joe's got to come back, like I said. He's got to hit that hill again. It's a little thin on that hill. I didn't want to get too close to the building, so I kind of rushed the hill. So that's going to be done. You know, he's going to touch up all this. We use Sherwin-Williams on this. Geez, how can you tell? Fucking holy overspray, Batman. You know, but this is like a cheap job. I mean, not a cheap job, but this is a great customer of mine. We are their company. Now, when I tell you that I don't advertise, this is why I don't have to advertise, because we have so many people that just, we're their guys, and they are just expanding and constantly purchasing new buildings. So these guys are in Southbridge, and this is like, I don't know, they have a dozen places. So, you know, they always have something for us at one facility, at least a couple times a year. So when I say like, oh, I don't have to advertise, like, this is why I don't have to advertise, because guys like this keep me very busy. Now, this customer in particular, in the last 2 to 3 years, has been almost $100,000 customer. So, you know, spread that out, the average over 3-4 years, or 3 years, like 2 to 3 years. So, yeah, I mean, you take care of them. So you might give them something like this. So you might not do, like, I'm not comfortable doing this type of work. I don't like doing stuff where I'm not filling the cracks. But for this type of customer, you know, you bend a little bit because that's what they want you to do. You know, you don't stand on your morals when you have a customer that's giving you that much work. So, I mean, you know, but I'm not using Franklin paint here. I'm not doing 2 coats here. You know, I'm using the cheaper traffic paint. I'm only doing 1 coat. And that's because, you know, this isn't a parking lot that warrants using the best paint, using the 2 coats, running the estimate up. You know, this half of the parking lot is just a complete mess, and they know it. So that parking lot, that you know, it gets the bare minimum, but it still looks good. So, yeah. So, yeah, it came out okay. I gotta get the blower and clean it up. And then I'm gonna take my bike out later after my daughter gets out of work and go for a ride. Come out here with the drone, take some pictures.